welcome to Craft Little Things. I'm Andrea and this is a tutorial video showing you how to make an animated Christmas card. Now the animation I've chosen to do is a slider card, and this is actually going to be a double slider card. So it's going to have a little character, as you've seen from the thumbnail, sliding around, and it's going to have the sentiment sliding back and forth across the top. Now this is an apple blossom die set, and also the stamp set and the dies for the stamp set are also apple blossom. The papers I'm going to use are all Stampin' Up. I'm using a currant DSP there, and I'm using Cherry Cobbler and Whisper White. I'm making my card 5 by 4, 5 by 6, and it's going to be a traditional book fold, and there's going to be a layer of Cherry Cobbler and a layer of the DSP. So I have to stick those down, and then I'm going to die cut these pieces. Okay, so obviously I'll have to open up my Whisper White because I need to make sure that the die is cut right through all 3 pieces. Now to make my pieces for my sliders, what I've done is I've just stamped Wishing You Joy from the stamp set, and I've just cut onto Whisper White, and I've just cut a piece of Cherry Cobbler, and that's just going to go across there. Okay, so that's quite simple. That's going to, I'm just going to glue that, and then I'll just insert a clip of me preparing my other little bits and bobs for die cutting, and then I'm going to go and do all my die cutting, and then I'll meet you back here. Just need to remember when you're doing your your placement for your little bits and bobs, is just make sure that there's space enough for that to go backwards and forwards on your card, and for that one to make sure that your little man can move around. Okay, so I'll be back in a couple of minutes. So I'm going to get my little stampy dude, my little Gnome dude, and I'm going to stamp him using Tranquil Tide. Just stamp him using Tranquil Tide onto Whisper White. Oh, what a great stamp. And I'm not even being sarcastic. And then I'm going to do his little bobble, his little bauble in Daffodil Delight. Because it's a little bell, this one. So just pop that anywhere, because I'm going to cut that out with the little circle die. And then also in Daffodil Delight, so I need to go back in the stamp set. Also in Daffodil Delight, I'm going to stamp out these little hands holding a little lantern, and pop them onto him. So what I've done is I'm going to just die cut him out using that die. I'm going to die cut the little bauble using this little circle, and then I've made this on a square, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick this to a piece of Cherry Cobbler. I'm just going to let it, give it a minute so it can dry. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my circles out, and I need 2 for each slider. So I'm going to need 4 altogether. So I'm going to cut 4 out of that so that the white side can go on the inside when I'm finished. Okay, so I'm going to get my die cutting machine out, and I'm going to do all that die cutting. To burnish your folds, but also to make sure that these are stuck down before you cut through them. So all my die cutting's done, and I just wanted to try to round off the corners of this sentiment, because I just looked at it and it looked a bit too stark to me. So I'm cutting off the corners using my little woodware, my faithful woodware punch. That bit. Not quite sure what's happened there. I don't think I had it in thing properly. And then I've got my 4 circles here, which are going to go either side of my cutout. Save that for the ones that I'll do. Then I've got my little dude here with his little bobble on his hat, so I'm going to pop that on with a mini dimensional. And then my card, as you can see, it's punched through. And then what you want to do is you want to attach one of these to the back of your piece that's going to slide, and then one onto the other side. So I'm just going to get a dimensional, pop that on. Okay. I'm using dimensionals because I want them to stand off quite a bit. And then I'm going to put a dimensional on the other side as well, where they're going to join through. Okay. So both white sides, both sides of one of the pieces needs a dimensional. So this one then, I'm going to just get it the right way up, and it'll start there, and I'm just going to take that off, and I'm going to pop the red side down so that on this, from the inside, it's nice and tidy. And then that'll slide along there. And if I wanted to, I could attach a strip of paper, which is what I am going to do, that'll just stick out here, because then there's going to be another piece on top of here. Okay. And then for the same for this little dude, he's going to start in the middle there, so I want him to have his act together there. And I do want him to come over the top of that piece. And to roll backwards and forwards. Okay. So now he'll go I'll move around and down and up and around. It'll spin all over the place. Okay. So we're going to have it so it's up to there and then slightly beyond. So we're just going to have a little tab there. Okay. I can always make it smaller in a minute. So get that nice and straight. Sentiment nice and straight. And pop some glue on there. What we want to do is put a piece of, you can either put a piece of tape or you can put some dimensionals or the trim from around the edge of the dimensionals. So then we just use a piece of card that's just under 6 by just under 5, and I'm using red because I want it to back off that piece in red. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop a bit of glitter on. I'm going to put some glitter on his pom-pom. I'm going to put some glitter on his hat.
Look alright. I'm looking like a lesbian.
Yeah. Why do you think you look like a lesbian?
I do.
You need to make sure you get your hair cut and have your and go on a diet. Just finished it off with, I've just covered the back piece there in glitter, I've left it to dry, and then I've just popped some little glittery accents onto our little dude there. And then when it's all dry I'll shake it all down and slide that back across, but for now I'm just going to leave it as it is. So that's my little animated card, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye bye.